to another episode of The Morning Lounge with me, Isla Sykes. We've got lots of great stuff coming up in today's show, and if you were tuned in last week, you'll know today is a very special episode, as we're going to be joined by none other than Sean Powell, who will be here to give all the exclusive behind-the-scenes gossip of his new single Wild Thing, and giving us the debut performance here in the studio. Make sure you stick around, because you're not going to want to miss it. Also coming up, we're joined by Jihan Dabouni, who's here to talk about the latest skincare trends and their anti-aging benefits. After that, our resident agony uncle is back, this time giving advice on relationships. If you've written in, listen out, because we might be reading your story. We'll also be finding out who this week's prize wheel winners are and how much they've won. That could still be you, so head over to the Morning Lounge's social media to apply, as it closes right before the ad break. And of course, as I've just mentioned, Sean Powell is here to talk about and perform his new hit single Wild Thing for the first time. So let's get into it. Jihan, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem, my pleasure.
What have you got for us today?
So I have here for you today these face masks from Biodance.
Interesting.
And they're full of collagen and hyaluronic acid, which is great for your skincare. So definitely part of your skincare regime.
So we have had Emily Reynolds wearing the face mask. So let's bring in Emily to hear about how it's feeling on your skin.
Hello. So yeah, I've had this on for about an hour now. So can I
Yes,
start to
it needs to come
remove,
off.
please? But I'm feeling a lot more hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
My face is feeling quite plump today, actually, so it's quite nice. I haven't seen myself yet, so I obviously don't know, but it's feeling
You're looking very
nice.
glowy.
Thank you. But yeah, no, very nice, very fresh.
And glowing. So you can use this 1 to 3 times a week. Just have it on for like 20 minutes to an hour. And it's perfect for when you have like a hard day at work, or school or college, you want to go out and see friends, and you just need that quick freshen up.
Yeah.
Apply the face mask and you're good to go.
Yeah, no, it feels
So
great.
am I right in saying this is a Korean skincare item?
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's all the craze in Korea. They're all using it, and I've been using it myself, and I just had to share this
That's
with
it, you have looked really glowing the last few weeks.
Thank
Maybe
you.
this is why.
This is definitely the reason why. So I've added this to my face care regime, and like I said, after a hard day's work, in fact, after this I'm going to apply one on. So
Yeah, so it has collagen in it, right? And
Yes.
collagen's already in the skin, isn't it? So I think, as I've seen, like Korean skincare beauty, like has a lot of natural ingredients in it as well.
Absolutely, and that's everything that we're striving for. So natural ingredients, which we want our skins to sort of, help nourish and nurture further. So it helps with wrinkles. Not saying that we're, all aging. Not that she's got wrinkles.
No, don't be silly.
It prevents, so it helps sort of slow down the aging process, and it helps benefit the already good stuff that we have in our skin. It just, helps benefit our skin.
I mean, sounds great. Where can our viewers get this from?
Boots. So boots for about
Boots, okay.
£13.
Wow, they're only £13?
£13, and you get 4 masks in here, I think.
That is a very good deal.
Yeah, very, very good.
Now, is it cruelty free? Because I know a lot of our viewers always want it to be as ethical as possible.
Yeah, so it's cruelty free.
Wow.
Anyone can use it, which is great. Hence why I'm like a big fan of this. And I'm sure that everyone, once you try this first time, you cannot stop. Once you start, you can't stop. So.
Wow, I mean, it looks great. And again, for our viewers at home, you can get this from Boots with an Advantage card as well. I'm sure you can always get some offers. So thank you so much for Jihan and Emily for joining us. I hope you can enjoy your freshly rejuvenated skin.
I'm going to go outside now.
So we are headed to an advert break now, but don't go anywhere, because when we're back, Emilios is here to answer your relationship queries. So we might be reading your story, and we'll also be revealing our prize wheel winners. And unfortunately, that entry has closed, but next episode it will be back open, so keep your eyes peeled. The Morning Lounge with Isla Sykes, sponsored by Colourplex. Summer sale now on, with up to 50% off selected items store-wide. Shoes for everyone and every occasion. Big brands, low prices. Shoe-centric, shoes for everyone. Not sure what to have in your summer picnic? At M&S, we've got you covered. Why not try our British-grown strawberries? Wide range of handmade sandwiches. Salted crisps and chickpea hummus. Thicky sponge cake. Yummy sausage rolls. Or our low alcohol range of cocktails. Because it's not just summer, this is an M&S summer. We all want to make sure our furry friends are protected, even in worst case scenarios. So why not keep them safe with CoverCare? Get your quote today at www.covercare.com. CoverCare, protecting your pets since 2016.
Daisy Days by Isla Sykes, the new fragrance.
I'm Isla Sykes.
Right, let's go.
And I'm taking on walks around the home counties. Come rain.
You know, I just love when the trees start to get a little bit more yellow and you just know autumn is right around the corner.
Or shine. I'll be showing you the best walks to go on. With mishaps.
Well, I'm an idiot.
It just looked at you.
Don't think he's very happy.
And challenges faced along the way.
So the path appears to be submerged in water. This is probably like the worst designed gate I have ever seen. Right, let's do that again.
You'd never believe the hidden gems just under your noses waiting to be discovered.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a view as beautiful as this.
The home counties are beaming with history waiting to be explored.
Donington Castle was built in 1368. That makes it pretty old.
With 6 jam-packed episodes, you won't want to miss what I've got in store for you.
Oh wow! Wow, that's a red fox. You know, you'd never believe you'd find somewhere like this less than an hour from London. Why? Oh my god! That's a green parakeet! Shit!
Beautiful walks in the home counties with Isla Sykes. Streaming now on ITVX. The Morning Lounge with Isla Sykes, sponsored by Colourplex. Over the break, if you received a call and email from one of our producers at the Morning Lounge, congratulations, as that means you're one of our lucky winners. You could win anywhere from £250 to £1,500 on our random wheel. So our first lucky winner is JP Burgess from Sunderland. JP, let's see what you've won. Will he get the top prize is the question. Oh, you just missed out on £1,000, but you still have £250 of tax-free cash coming your way. Next up, we've got Pauline and Malcolm from Berkshire. Let's see what you guys have won. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting showered with tinsel in celebration because at home you have just won. Oh, again, just missing out on the top prize. Our Will is having a bit of an unlucky day, but you've still got £250 as well coming your way. We've got time for one more lucky winner. Jimothy Perkins from Uxbridge. Let's see what you've won, and will you get the grand prize? Ooh, what's it gonna land on? Again, £250. Okay, wow, we've never had that, all three in one day, but I hope all of you lucky winners can treat yourselves with your cash prizes, and unfortunately it's time to say goodbye to our random wheel. We'll be seeing it next episode though, so keep your eyes peeled. But, joined by Amelia's resident agony uncle. So, Amelia's, how are you first of all?
I'm really good. Yeah, I just got back from a trip to LA.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Are you ready in the mood to give some advice?
Absolutely.
So today our listeners have been writing in with some relationship advice queries. Our listener 1 says, my friend has just told me she is in love with my ex-husband and I don't know what to do. Please give me some advice. We divorced 3 years ago, but it was quite messy. We share 2 Pomeranians, so he is still in my life. This woman has been my friend since before I even met my husband. It feels like the biggest betrayal. How do I proceed?
Wow, this kind of situation happened to friends of mine in LA as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And all I was thinking of was the Pomeranians.
Yeah, the Pomeranians.
I mean, they're like little kids, really.
They really are.
And they need to be looked after. And I'm really glad, I'm almost proud that they've looked after the dogs.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. I think that's great because it shows that they really care deeply for each other and don't want to lose that value in their dogs.
But what should our listener do about her best friend being in love with her ex-husband is the real question at hand here.
I know, it's difficult, isn't it? And there are so many ways this could go.
Yeah.
There are so many
ways.
And we know there might be some secrets there. We know there might be some uncomfortable truths. But she's got to explore them, both with her friend and her husband.
Yeah.
I think starting with a friend is probably the best way to go, given that's where she got the information
I
from.
do think it is a good sign that her friend came to her first.
Totally.
Or what we think is first. We don't know everything.
Totally. It shows that there's something there at least.
And she
of
cares
respect,
about the friendship.
of respect.
Totally.
So, you know, this is something that you've got to explore. Take it easy. Be kind to yourself. Don't jump to conclusions. Try not to make assumptions. I know your mind's racing at the moment, but try and quell those thoughts with exploring the reality of what actually has happened.
And the breakup isn't too fresh as well, so they might be in a good place. But yeah, that's great advice. It sounds like you really need to have an honest conversation with everyone involved.
Yeah.
Coming up from listener number 2, we have got her saying, I almost cheated on my fiance. Do I tell him? I know this sounds bad and I am ashamed of this, but I really need some advice. On a recent work trip, I almost kissed my co-worker. We were both very drunk and have never shared any flirting or much conversation before this. I'm not attracted to him and we have both agreed to forget what happened, so I don't think my fiancé would find out from someone else. I feel like telling him would cause more of an issue as technically nothing happened and it could ruin my relationship. What should she do?
Well, look, in a situation like this that involves both personal feelings and work, I think my advice would be to go and look at your policy in terms of relationships.
That is very true.
At
HR.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look at it online. I'm sure the policy's there. Have a read of it. That's good advice for most people, for everybody working in organisations these days. Find out what the policy is. Just have that at the back of your mind before you do anything rash. Then I think the next thing is to really think about herself and think, what does this mean to her? What does this mean about her sexuality? What does it mean about in terms of her need for sex? And what are those feelings saying right now in this moment? And before taking it further with anyone else, really exploring that inner feeling that she's got.
Do you think it's fair to the fiancé though if she never tells him?
I don't condone being, what's the word? There's lots of words for it. It's about holding on to things that you cannot be authentic with yourself about, fundamentally.
And you can tell something is wrong, so it's going to come out at some point. Absolutely.
In one way or another, it's really important to know what your feelings are about, first of all.
Yeah.
And in a similar situation to the other one, try and talk with the other people.
Yeah. Communication is key in all of these stories. And I think we're also going to see it cropping up in story 3. Listener 3 says, I think my wife could be a lesbian, help me. We have been married for 2 years and are in our early 30s. It was love at first sight for me, but she took a little convincing to go on a date with me, which she always put down to just playing hard to get. We both laugh about and joke about this when reminiscing, but I'm now rethinking everything. She has recently become very good friends with our dog walker and it has made me suspicious. My wife has started joining the dog walker on walks and going out for coffee afterwards. They always stop their conversation when I walk closer and my wife is getting distant. Am I just being paranoid? Amelia, what have you got to say to this one?
It's a hard situation to be in, isn't it? It feels really uncomfortable. But again, it's one of those situations that only information is going to help.
There's a lot of information lacking.
There's a lot of information lacking, and gradually exploring that and having the confidence to explore that with your partner, with your wife, is probably the most important thing, and actually where you're going to get some truth from. And it's about exploring it. It's about being comfortable with your feelings, whatever they might be, and also not jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it's a very big accusation to make if it's untrue.
100%.
And there, again, if you have created something in your head, all those little things are just going to validate that more, even if it's not true.
Exactly. And I think because it's come out in a way that sounds really concrete, it sounds like they might need to do a little bit of exploring first and just questioning how they've seen things.
Because it could be totally innocent, and that's the thing, but there could also be underlying insecurities about how they first got together, and maybe this is just feeding a bit. It definitely sounds like this is rooting from a bigger problem than just the dog walker.
Yeah, totally.
So we've got time for one more. Listener 4 says, I keep having dreams about the one that got away. Please give me advice. I'm in a very happy relationship and see myself marrying my boyfriend. But over the last month or two, I cannot stop thinking about a past flame. We were never a real relationship due to distance and wrong timings, but both confessed our love for one another and experienced a friends with benefits relationship whenever we were in the same place. I keep having dreams and thinking of him constantly. Ever since I saw on Facebook, he is now engaged. Despite knowing the relationship will never work with the past flame, I can't help but wonder what could have been and don't know what to do. I don't want to ruin my relationship over this, but my boyfriend can tell something is up. Will this pass?
Something is up, isn't it?
Something definitely is up, and the boyfriend can tell.
Yeah. It's really, again, really uncomfortable position to be in. And it's so interesting that this has happened when she noticed that he's engaged on Facebook, on social media. Isn't that interesting? Triggering some feelings that might have been there, that are still there or not. Now, that's the other thing, because I think, is this person coming up with these feelings now because they are just so scared of commitment?
Yeah, that's true, because she did say that this is a boyfriend she can see marrying, but they're not yet at that stage. So the past flame is a little bit further ahead in that sense of being engaged. And maybe it's a realisation that it's really not going to rekindle.
Yeah, and what would it be like if they actually spoke to each other?
Do you mean the past flame?
Well, all of them, actually.
Well, I think they all need to have some conversations.
Yeah.
I mean, she says she doesn't think it's going to work out. So I can understand wanting to ruin a relationship over that, but there's clearly something bubbling there.
You can't let that lie.
No, you can't ignore those feelings.
You need, and actually, I think, he might understand.
Yeah, he might do. That's
he might
the thing.
totally understand. He might have similar feelings himself.
That's very true, but I think you're never going to know until you have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I think for all the listeners at home, it sounds like communication is really something that needs to be worked on a bit more. Lots of conversations to be had, but thank you so much, Emilios. And I really hope that this advice has helped what sounds like really difficult and uncomfortable situations. We are coming to a break, but do not go anywhere, because when we are back, Sean Powell is going to be here in the studio to talk about and perform his latest single, Wild Thing.
Wow.
See you in a bit.
Cool.
The Morning Lounge with Isla Sykes, sponsored by Colourplex. Summer sale now on with up to 50% off selected items store-wide. Shoes for everyone and every occasion. Big brands, low prices. Shoe-centric, shoes for everyone. Not sure what to have in your summer picnic? At M&S, we've got you covered. Why not try our British-grown strawberries? Wide range of handmade sandwiches. Salted crisps and chickpea hummus. Thicky sponge cake. Yummy sausage rolls. Or our low alcohol range of cocktails. Because it's not just summer. This is an M&S summer. We all want to make sure our furry friends are protected, even in worst case scenarios. So why not keep them safe with CoverCare? Get your quote today at www.covercare.com. CoverCare, protecting your pets since 2016. by Isla Sykes, the new fragrance. I'm Isla Sykes.
Right. Let's go.
And I'm taking on walks around the home counties. Come rain.
You know, I just love when the trees start to get a little bit more yellow and you just know autumn is right around the corner.
Or shine. I'll be showing you the best walks to go on. With mishaps.
Well, I'm an idiot.
It just looked cheeky.
Debbie's very happy.
And challenges faced along the way.
So the path appears to be submerged in water. This is probably like the worst designed gate I have ever seen. Right, let's do that again.
You'd never believe the hidden gems just under your noses waiting to be discovered.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a view as beautiful as this.
The home counties are beaming with history waiting to be explored.
Donington Castle was built in 1368. That makes it pretty old.
With 6 jam-packed episodes, you won't want to miss what I've got in store for you.
Oh wow! Wow, that's a red fox. You know, you'd never believe you'd find somewhere like this less than an hour from London. Why? Oh my god! That's a green parakeet! Shit!
Beautiful walks in the home counties with Isla Sykes. Streaming now on ITVX. The Morning Lounge with Isla Sykes, sponsored by Colourplex.
Sean, thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Lounge.
Hello.
What is it like now your song is finally out in the world?
Well, it's really cool because it's such a funny thing that you make something in your living room, in your wherever, I don't know where I wrote it, and then you get this idea of it in your head and then you produce it, you make it, and it appears, and other people can hear it.
Yeah, that must be really special. I mean, talking a bit about the songwriting process, what is that like for you typically?
Usually songs come to me really easily, kind of in one big go, but with this song, I had the tune, and I had the first thing I did with the guitar, I was playing another song, and it's in like this funny tuning, and I was just playing around with it, and I started playing this, and I kind of heard the ding 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 in my head, and I was like, oh, I'll try to figure it out, and then I had the tune, which I kind of stole. I didn't steal it from another song, but like I sung another. I often do this. I like sing another song over when I don't have the lyrics.
I've never heard that before. That's really creative of you.
Thank you. I sing the lyrics of another song over to like fill the tune out, and then I was like, oh, that really works. And then I had a lot of trouble like changing it because the lyrics fit so well and it's like the vibe of the song as well. And I was sitting with my dad and we were talking about, you know, the children's book Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh yeah.
And we were just talking about it, and when we said Wild Thing, we both looked at you because I was playing the song and we were like, oh.
Was that like a proper Eureka moment?
Yeah, and we were like, oh my god.
Wow.
And then we were both like, yeah, that's it. And then
Wow.
I kind of had the song done there.
So what's the fan response been like to this song?
Well, my dad likes it.
Is he your biggest fan then?
No, my mum's my biggest fan.
Okay, so if your parents are happy with the song, it feels like a success for you.
Yeah.
So do you feel the pressure to make these songs a big chart success? Because I know a lot of artists can get so caught up in the numbers and the numbers that are coming from it. How do you kind of make sure that doesn't happen?
I think like my priority is enjoying my music. Like I really like the process of making things, and I love playing music. Like I think that worrying about what how anyone outside of you, your best mate will view the song makes it harder to write the song because it's a personal thing. Like when you have something creative, it has to come from a genuine place, and anything you can tell when something's been made to sound like for other people because it's rubbish.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair enough. I mean, you know, there have been rumours, obviously, like about who the song's about. A lot of tabloids have made speculations. What are your response to people wanting to know things like that?
I think that songs just appear from your mind. Like I never sat down and gone, I'm gonna write a song about X, Y, Z. Like I just get inspired.
So are they more fictional then? So there's not like a one
Is there a
Honestly,
goal
I have
you're
no
singing
idea.
about, or-
Songs just come out of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. I'm not thinking like, oh, what should this lyric mean and how does that? I often just say things and then the words which I like just are the ones I use.
Yeah, I feel like the difference between you and maybe some other artists I've spoken to is, you know, how solo the experience is for you. It doesn't sound like you're in a room with 20 other writers. It really feels, and it comes across in the music as being really personal.
Yeah, like I learned to record stuff on my own because I find like I like writing songs with my friends, but I don't like being in big rooms. I don't like going to studios. Every time I've gone to a studio, I just feel like it's not where I like to do it. I like to do it in my house on my own and just like, or wherever I feel like it. It could be right now if I had a guitar and I felt like it. But I just think having no pressure I don't like to be put in a place and said do a good song, because then what's that?
Yeah, and do you see that process changing maybe as your fame gets bigger, or do you want to really keep it stripped down and authentic like you just said?
Whatever happens. Like maybe one day I'll decide I love being in studios and I love getting told what to do, but at the moment I like writing songs in my room and my kitchen.
So is this song part of a bigger project? Can fans expect maybe an album or new songs? Okay.
I'm going to be releasing an album.
Wow, really? Are we allowed to know when, or is that a bit secret at the
It's
moment?
going to be towards the end of August.
Okay. And can we expect some tour dates to go along with that maybe?
Perhaps. I mean,
maybe.
I like playing live. But
Okay.
I might not be allowed to say anything about it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't ask you too much more, as it sounds like it's very
It's going to be bigger than the Eras tour.
Maybe you heard it here first, guys. So you have said you'll sing us a song, so I think it's maybe time you go get your guitar ready.
Alright.
Okay, well, we'll see you in a sec.
See ya.
It's been great talking to you, Sean.
Bye.
So, make sure you stream Sean's new song Wild Thing and keep your eyes peeled for maybe a music video, definitely an album, and what sounds like could be tour dates coming along. It's probably going to be very hard to get tickets, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. So that's all from us today at the Morning Lounge with me, Isla Sykes. We will be back next week again, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled on our social medias to know what to write in about with Emilios, or to see if you can win on our prize wheel. So, Sean, take it away.
Wild thing, are you wasting away in your skin while you wait for your life to begin? Drifting and floating, waiting and wasting away. Wild thing, do you wait for the world in your room while you feel like you're growing too soon? Drifting and floating, waiting and wasting away. Wild thing, are you wasting away in your skin? Wild thing, while you wait for your life to begin. Wild thing, are you wasting away in your skin? Wild thing, while you wait for your life to begin. Wild thing, do you wait for the rain when you cry? Hope the sun dries the tears in your eye. Drifting and floating, waiting and wasting away. Wild thing, are you wasting away in your skin? Wild thing, while you wait for your life to begin.